This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
I'm Kaylee O'Kelly with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. States are starting to get shipments of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine today. The technology behind it a little different. It's built from the virus that can cause a common cold. J&J takes a small amount of genetic material from the coronavirus, combines it with a weakened version of a common cold virus called adenovirus. Pfizer and Moderna use mRNA technology. It uses a genetic code to make the antigen protein specific to COVID. This code tells our body to make the antigen itself, prompting an immune response. All three vaccines are found to be highly effective in preventing severe disease and death.
It makes me hopeful that by summer, we will be able to vaccinate millions and millions of people and have a little bit more normalcy back.
The J&J vaccine is also expected to boost vaccination equity since it's only one dose. It's easier to store. Will masks be required for high school sports? The Arizona Interscholastic Association holding a meeting and could be voting on whether to require masks for the rest of the winter season and for spring too. The executive board is set to hold a special meeting. A video here from January at a high school soccer game. The athletes wearing face coverings on the field, but the AIA now deciding whether to loosen those requirements. City Council in Mesa approving a non-discrimination ordinance. The mayor calling it an important step forward. It prohibits discrimination in the workplace based on things like race, ethnicity, age, or sexual orientation. It also applies to housing and other public facilities. The new ordinance takes effect in late June. Only a handful of Arizona cities, like Phoenix and Tempe, have similar rules in place. Turning personal pain into a push for new legislation. Arizona State Senator Christine Marsh sending out a strong message after losing her son Landon to an accidental drug overdose involving a pill laced with the deadly drug fentanyl. Marsh is now sponsoring a Senate bill that would legalize testing strips for this. They are now considered drug paraphernalia, just like the life-saving drug Narcan, which has saved so many lives from heroin overdose. The state senator hoping widespread use of fentanyl testing strips will prevent more deaths. The numbers alarming in Maricopa County, with fatal drug overdoses nearly doubling in the last year.
I think it's a lesson of that not even in one single pill is safe. You can't take anything anymore. And if we can save some people from that horror, from that soul-crushing horror, then that would be a really good thing.
The bill unanimously passed the Senate. It's now on to the House for consideration. Well, be sure to open a book today. It is Read Across America Day. Events are planned across the country. But of course, this year they will be over the computer. That's not the only change. The National Education Association trying to steer away from Dr. Seuss this year. It's his birthday today, as usually paired with the event. Instead, they are focusing on more diverse children's books. Gatorade is exploring a new market outside of sports, introducing a wearable device meant to give athletes information about their body and performance. It's called the GX Sweat Patch. Users put it on their arm before working out. Then they use their phone to scan the patch when they're done, and Gatorade says the data will better address hydration needs.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. It's going to be a warmer day across the state today as high pressure takes over. 53 for a high today in Flagstaff, 69 in Kingman, 62 in Prescott, and Phoenix is all the way up to 79 degrees here this afternoon. We're going to feel some breezes, especially through the morning hours, with gusts as high as 25 to maybe even 30 miles an hour here in the valley. But those winds lighten up this afternoon ahead of stronger winds anticipated for tomorrow. Look at how winds really crank up by tomorrow afternoon and evening, especially here in the valley. Gusts will be as high as 40 miles an hour, and because of that, we now have fire weather watches in place for the valley and to our southwest and west as there is an increased fire danger because of the gusty winds and the low relative humidity. Those winds are going up though ahead of a storm system that's also going to cool us off. Temperatures will be dropping down into the low 70s by Thursday after reaching the low 80s Wednesday, and there's a chance for some light showers starting Wednesday evening.
And for the latest weather, headlines, traffic, and sports, head to abc15.com or download our mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.